So, did you know that a woman actually experiences about 57 units of pain when giving birth? That's equivalent to about 20 bones being fractured at the same time. That's stated in an article by Dan Evon from Snoops.com. So, when a woman is having this much pain, she's going to want the most experienced person there with her. That most experienced person is going to be an L&D nurse. L&D nurse stands for labor and delivery. So a lot of things that the labor and delivery nurses do isn't just your typical nurse duties. So today I will be explaining to you all the different things that L&D nurses do besides just your typical nurse duties. So I'm going to inform you about the care that the L&D nurse does before the birth, how the L&D nurse assists the doctor during birth, and the aftercare of the mom and the baby after birth. So when a woman goes to the hospital, the first face she's going to see when she's admitted is going to be the L&D nurse. So the first thing the L&D nurse is going to do is obviously hook the mom up to the IV so she can get all the medication, sometimes medication to speed up the pregnancy depending on what's going on with the mom. The L&D nurse is also going to track the progress by checking the mother's cervix to make sure the mom is dilating okay. If she's not dilating enough, to see what's going on there, to see if she needs to get any medication through the IV to speed up her dilation, all of that kinds of things the L&D nurse is going to track. Another thing that she's going to track is the mom and the baby's heart rate and vital signs to make sure neither one of those are in distress. And if all those things go good, then the mom is ready to have the baby. Now, when the mom is ready to have the baby, the OB is going to come in. OB stands for obstetrician. He's going to come in and do the exam, make sure she's dilated and that she can get ready to push. The L&D nurse is going to have the whole entire room prepped for everything to make sure everything's good to go and the baby, everything's laid out for the newborn baby to be here. And the doctor actually assists, the L&D nurse actually assists the doctor in not just natural deliveries, but also cesarean sections, as stated by an article on laboranddelivernurse.com. They can do anything between handing the doctor tools for surgeries to all kinds of things that the doctor may ask for. The L&D nurse is going to be right there in surgeries, during natural deliveries, to do anything and everything that the doctor asks for you to do, for the L&D nurse to do. So the next, after everything gets together and the mom has the baby, that's when the nurse is going to step in and take over with immediately doing tests to make sure the baby's okay. Actually, the baby is first handed to the nurse before even the mother. So the L&D nurse takes the baby before even the mom gets the baby. The nurse then sets it on the mom, obviously, depending on if it's a C-section or a natural delivery. And she cleans the baby, takes the baby for height and weight, does all kinds of tests, checks the baby's blood type, if the baby has any kind of diseases, or maybe the mom had a disease that could transmit over to the baby. So the baby gets hundreds of different tests to see what it has, or the blood type, just anything and everything the L&D nurse is going to test the baby for. Make sure the baby's breathing okay, check the heartbeat, listen to the lungs, clear out the lungs, all kinds of things that you can think of. And even on top of that, the L&D nurse is also going to be checking on the mom to make sure the mom's not bleeding, to make sure she's not hemorrhaging, checking her vital signs to make sure the mom's vital signs are not out the roof and not in distress to make sure that the mom's okay. So the L&D nurse is going crazy after the birth. And on top of that, after everything's calmed down with the mom and the baby and they're both all right, before the mom and the newborn go home, the nurse has to go over like care and make sure that the mom knows the well-being and how to take care of the baby, how to maintain its health and just the safety of the baby to make sure she knows what she's doing when she gets home. So the L&D nurse has to be very educated about babies and children and to inform the new mother of the new baby that she just got. So as we all know, L&D nurses play a very, very important role when it comes to moms having babies. And it wouldn't even be appropriate for just a plain nurse for this. It has to be, labor and delivery nurses are trained specifically for this type of stuff. So, as you all know, whenever you see a labor and delivery nurse, they're a lot more special than just the name labor and delivery nurse. So, because they are the ones that are there on the very special day of the birth of their child, of the mother's child. I know I did not forget my labor and delivery nurse. So that is the 3 things that I was informing you about is the care before delivery, during delivery, and the aftercare of the baby and the mom after everything is done with labor and delivery. And so whenever you see a labor and delivery nurse, make sure you appreciate her because she's very, very special. And she also is the one that was there when your child took its first breath. So you know she's special.